welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. The news came out yesterday that Caitlin Clark would be out for a minimum of 2 weeks, and that 2 weeks just means that she will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And of course, everyone's had a whole lot to say about it. You heard what I had to say. I put the video out yesterday. If you didn't hear what I had to say, I encourage you to hear what I had to say. Go check out the video. But today, it was practice time, just as yesterday was practice time. It's a team game. It's a team sport. And, well, you got to play basketball. So whether Caitlin is on the floor or not, well, we know that's a huge, huge factor. But the team is the team, and the team plays basketball. There's a game on Wednesday night. The Indiana Fever will take on the Washington Mystics, and they will do so without Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin is still in the gym, and she's in the gym with a ball in her hand. We're going to take a look at that little bit of that practice, and we're going to take a look at Caitlin Clark not just holding the basketball, which, by the way, she does do. You know you're a baller when you can't get at it. You want to get in there. You want to get at it. You can't. You just, I got to have the ball in my hand. Ballers want the ball. She's got the ball in her hand, but it didn't stop there. She's putting up shots. And I'm not just talking about little layups. She's shooting 3-pointers. To me, that's some good news. Let's head first to Tony East's YouTube page. He covers the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever, and take a look at Caitlin first shooting some free throws. He titled this, Caitlin Clark works on free throws and threes at Indiana Fever practice 1 day after quad injury announcement. So as you can see, she's just getting fed the ball and knocking down free throws, bending her legs. Obviously, now the thing about free throws is you don't have to jump. So that's not as much pressure, not as much strain, but you still have to bend and you still have to come up off the balls of your feet. And so, like I said, it's good news that they're even allowing her to take these kinds of shots, but it doesn't stop there. She's going to go shoot 3-pointers. And that does require jumping. There she is in the corner. Now, as I said, shooting a free throw doesn't require you to jump unless you're like, if you remember way back in the early days of the WNBA, Ruthie Bolton, she used to jump on her free throws, but that is rare. You have to jump. You're going to see Caitlin jumping, and she's jumping. Flash. The jump. Flash. We'll stop right here. Like I said, I see this as good news. There's no way that if it would jeopardize her, they would allow her to take these shots. Now, she's not doing up and down. Obviously, I mean, I didn't see the whole practice. We're going to look a little bit at the practice, but I'm not seeing the whole practice. But common sense tells me she's not going to be running up and down the court. She's not going to be handling contact. She's going to be doing all that. But that they have her out there, not just shooting stationary shots, not just shooting free throws, but free throws too, because you still have to come down and up, even if you're not jumping. They're allowing her to do that, even though, you know, most of the pressure there is on as a right-handed shooter, she's going to be having her right foot in front of her left foot slightly. It's going to come down a little bit more on the right, but you're still putting pressure on the left. And then when you go out there and you're shooting corner threes as well, and jumping up and jumping forward and all that, that to me says good news. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know the extent. I did hear, I think Scott Agnes say yesterday that it was a slight tear, but whatever it is, the medical staff obviously feels comfortable with her taking these kinds of shots. So now we're going to go over to Scott Agnes's YouTube page. Actually, I might have said the Indiana Fever page earlier, but we're going to go to Scott Agnes's page. Let me pop in here right now and make this announcement in case it did not show up in your YouTube feed. But I have a live stream collab with Carter from Convos with Carter. That is tonight, Tuesday night, 5 o'clock Central Time, which is 6 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you are tuned in for that Convos with Carter. Such a cool collab, I anticipate, and we'd love to see you pack it out for that.
Ball in hand, of course, and getting shots up despite the injury. Now moving forward, though, it'll be Sydney Colson who gets the first crack in the starting lineup with Caitlin Clark being out as they pick up.
So yesterday I did a video in which I said that if I were coaching the team, I would start Sophie Cunningham at the point guard position. Stephanie White didn't know yesterday quite yet. She said could be Sophie, but she said then she went right into Sydney, and she kind of spoke very strongly about her. So I kind of got the impression yesterday that she was going to go in that direction, and she did say today that she is. And I did say yesterday too, I'm not crashing out if she didn't go with that. But I'm just saying I would go with that. But she's a coach and she knows what she sees and knows what she believes can be done. And then that way you have Sophie coming off, I guess, the bench with bringing you a spark, but she wants to start. And they can make adjustments after that. So that's all good.
Game action coming up Wednesday.
So it's good to see the smile on her face there with Dantas.
Pickup game action coming up Wednesday at Washington. Remember, that game's in Baltimore. They had to move it due to renovations ongoing this summer at Capital One Arena, so it's in a much larger venue. Tickets already sold out. It'll be interesting, and this will be a good test, a good barometer with Caitlin being out. What kind of crowd does it look like? And also on top of that, what kind of TV ratings do you see now? But
it will be interesting, as he said, to see what the crowd is like. It was already sold out, what the ratings will be like. A lot of people doing a lot of talking about that. And so is Sky Agnes. He just dropped a little seed there.
Sydney Colson, you'll see more from her. You'll see more from Sophie Cunningham as this team tries to get above 500 and get some momentum going into the first half of June, until you presume that Caitlin will be back by then.
You see Caitlin over here, ball in her hand. She can't help herself. I get it. I totally get it. There she is. Dribble, dribble. Hold on to that ball. She doesn't even know what to do with her hands. She's like, let me in there. And so here everyone is huddling up as they obviously end their practice. Cece's in there. They're showing her some love. That's got to be like sheer torture for somebody who just loves to play the game and who's never missed a game since high school. I think sophomore, junior year, she missed a game with an ankle situation, but throughout college, obviously the pros, she's always in there playing. And so it's got to be tough, but it's got to be some relief that for whatever the medical staff determine, you can get out there and put up a layup, put up a free throw, put up 3-pointers. So that's got to be good. And obviously her leadership is extremely important. So having her there means a lot. So now let's just take a listen to what Sophie Cunningham says about the whole thing.
Do you feel like that would be something they relied on more, and how do you anticipate it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's the kind of cool thing about our team is we have a lot of depth. A lot of people can do a lot of things. And so when one person goes down, other people step up. And you'll see Sid Colson handle the ball a lot more and playing a lot more, which is awesome. What a great opportunity. And then when I'm out there, I'm sure I'll be handling the ball with it too.
How do you like kind of the ball handling duties kind of going in between offense and ball?
You know, I keep it simple. I'm not real flashy or fancy with it. I just do my job. But like I said, when we play really good defense and we rebound the ball and then we're in transition, that's the best offense we can possibly play in. So if I'm handling the ball, that's the kind of offense I want to play in. But, you know, that's not always the case. And so I'm confident in it. I work on it. It's been, I need to get my rhythm back a little bit just from being injured and out and kind of getting my lungs underneath me again. And so it'll be good, but I like it. I don't mind it.
How do you anticipate the feel of games being different, given the structure is kind of built around her playing style?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it's a great opportunity for us. Clearly, we want her out there. I think she draws so much attention, and she's a phenomenal player. But at the same time, I think it's a great time for her to learn from the sidelines. It's a great opportunity for us to learn offense, right? Move the ball, pass, cut. We just can't stand and watch anymore. And so I think it's going to be good for us to actually get into our action, and then defensively for us to take another jump up a little bit and be more aggressive on the defensive end.
We'll stop there, but she really hit the nail on the head, and it's exactly what I was saying yesterday. And anybody who's played or coached is exactly what they should be saying, and that is that other people have to step up. You always have to be ready. You stay ready. You never know what's going to happen. And so you're ready to go when your number is called. And so Sophie is not going to get the start that I would give her in that situation, but Sydney Colson, she's got to go out and she's got to play well. They've got to figure some things out, but this is what it's all about. You want to talk about a championship team? A championship team doesn't fold just because a player, even a star player, gets injured. Injury is unfortunately an occupational hazard in sports. So you have to be ready to make those kinds of adjustments. You don't just throw in the towel, right? And I kind of look at it the same way as being a true fan. I'd love to see Caitlin out there on the floor. We all would. Everybody would. We can tell by the viewership on television. We can tell by the scheduling conflicts. People want to see Caitlin Clark play. But people also understand that the team is not just one person. So fans understand that when you're supporting a person, then you obviously want to support the people that person supports, especially when that is directly related to the person you say you're a fan of. It's the same team. And so, like I said, I will not be going live on Wednesday because I'm unavailable on Wednesday, but I will be checking out the game after I'm able to on WNBA League Pass and perhaps giving you my commentary on that. Hopefully we'll be talking about how the Indiana Fever won the basketball game. So there you have it. Never a dull moment in this league. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.